She's here.
So good to see all you guys. I feel like it's still like Happy New Year, even though we're a few weeks into the month. I'm so excited for this year for this team. I'm literally like still putting together my goals and finalizing them. I'm planning to share them after the call. I'm hoping everyone already has put together their goals and is thinking about them. But I first want to say, like, thanks for coming on to the call tonight. I'm so excited to see you guys. I don't know if anyone wants to give anyone a shout out for anything. I know the team's already on fire this month, and I think a lot of it has to do with like the new bod challenge pack and just the energy like everyone has to like not only like help others like on their health and fitness journey, but also to like get back on track with yourself. I know like that's huge for me right now. So if anyone wants to say anything and give a shout out, like please take this time to do it. No? I want to give a small shout out to my mom because my mom, you can probably see in the background, my mom just moved into this brand new condo. So like talking about like life goals, like in like bringing your dreams to life, like this has been a goal for her for like ever, like to the point, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, Mom, like questioning if it would ever happen for her, and actually owning something on her own. So congrats to you, Mom. Like it's so exciting, and like this is just the like a new start to like a journey for her, and like having this comfort there and being able to do like even more things that she can set her mind to. And you know, so I love you, Mom, and I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I love you too. This just proves if you have goals and you put your mind to it, you can get there. It took me 20 years, but I got here and it's awesome. I love it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You'll have to send me your new address.
It's in a car on its way to you. My Christmas cards are a little late.
Yeah, ditto on that. Like, I didn't forget about you guys. Like, things have been crazy, as you know, and not saying that anyone else's life hasn't been crazy, but I'm still going to send something to everyone, so it's less of a holiday, more of an appreciation, so that will be coming. But yeah, so I just wanted to give her a shout out. I quickly want to give Jenny a shout out too. She's doing amazing things with the whole, I don't know who saw like the call we did on mornings, and she's really transformed like her days with her mornings. And I know it's been super inspiring to me, and I'm still trying to do it in my new routine. Like even today I woke up at like 6 and I'm like, Heather, you can do 5. Like you can do 5 o'clock. And I just know I'd get so much more done. And I keep telling myself, like, once my office is done, like I'll like force myself to go in there at 5 and like shut the door and not allow myself to come out. But I'm using that as an excuse. So that's something like I'm trying to mentally like power through and start it now and not wait. So I love you, girl. And I'm like really inspired by what you're doing, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So I wanted you to know that.
Aw, thank you so much.
And Meg, I know people are aware of what's been going on. Look at her purple hair. And you're just powering through, you know, like the lion mama that you are. And it's so inspiring, like you reaching your goals with health and fitness and still being there for your team and being there for your family. And it's just really a true testament of who you are as a person, Meg. And I love you. And I know we haven't had much conversation lately because you had a lot going on, and so have I. But, you know, I keep watching you and I keep thinking about you, and I wanted you to know that. And I love you, and like we're always here for you. And I know I still have to announce, to be honest, like I don't remember how to calculate like what our total sales were for the month. So I need to figure that out. And then I'm going to do this huge announcement of what I am donating. So I didn't forget. I just haven't done it yet. But I'm really excited for it and really just excited to support the cause. So, you know, I've been thinking about you and your family. So I love you. And your hair looks super long right now. All right, so let's get started. So basically, you know, I wanted to start off with this because it really aligns with what I want to talk about tonight. And I thought about like a lot of different ways to go about this call. And like, if I was going to like immediately show my goals and what I'm planning for the year, if I was going to put together a presentation in order to kind of talk through how I feel like you should set up your goals. And I decided that I just want to have an open conversation about it. Like, I miss you guys. I feel like I haven't had this interaction with you for a while, and I kind of want to hear from you guys. Like, have you, like, I'll kind of talk about like how I've set up my goals, and I'll share them with you later tonight. But then I'm going to open it up and talk to you, like ask you guys, like, you know, what are you thinking about your goals? are you using the kind of SMART goals format, or are you using some other format? How do you plan on, with your upline coach, on your goals? How do you plan to motivate yourself and kind of, get into a routine that you're sticking to things and keeping yourself accountable? So like I said, I'm going to kind of talk about what I'm doing, and then I'd love to hear from you guys, because I think it's extremely powerful for everyone to kind of hear how everyone else is going about it, because I may be doing it one way, but like that doesn't mean it's the best way for everyone. And that's really like my motto for this year, and like my approach and how I want to work with you guys. Like, it's like, this is not like a one-way deal. Like, you can't be successful at coaching just one way. Like, you have to do it how it works for you. And if I realize that more than ever right now, like, it's like literally in my heart, and like really where like I feel like I want the team to focus their time and understand this journey is about you. So with that said, so kind of how I set up my goals and the structure, which again, I'll share with you, is when I was looking at my 2017 goals, a lot of my goals are not completely surrounded by Beachbody and like the goals like they set for us. It's more around like, what are my personal goals? Like financially, what are my goals? And 2.5 years, almost 3 years into this business, I know it's hard sometimes to talk about like financials, and if you're early on in this business too, maybe that's not your complete focus. But at the end of the day, like everyone's trying to make a life here, and everyone has certain goals, and at some point those goals get aligned with finances. And when I think of like where I want to be in this business financially, and the reason why I want to be there is so I can give back to others, so I can pay off my debt that's been literally drowning me and suffocating me for years. Be able to pay for like our next dream vacation, like not even having to charge anything, or not even having to worry about where that money's coming from. Obviously to a certain extent, because you always should worry about where money's coming from, but to start investing in charities, like that's something really close to my heart that I've always wanted to do. Like I've always wanted to like do more charity work, but I never feel like I have the time, or I never feel like I have the resources. And again, it's just an excuse. And it's like, how many excuses can we give ourselves in order to not get to where we want to be? And like, that's something I feel so passionate about right now. Like when I'm talking building your dream life, like what does that look like for you? Like no excuses, like, set these goals and like think about like taking your excuses off the table, because at the end of the day, if you allow for those excuses to be like the forefront in your mind, these things are never going to happen. Like I worked so closely with my mom on like her achieving this, because it was like, well, if I do this, then I can't do that. And I don't know, like, can I do it financially? Like, and it's like, it gets to the point that it's like, we all have excuses. We all have reasons why, like when I was still living in London, she was like, well, then I can't like come see you as much, or is the location right? All of these things that come up. But at the end of the day, deep down, that's what she wanted. So if you want something, like take all the excuses off the table, and then just start worrying less about like what the issues are and focusing more on the positive and how you're going to get there. So I broke down my financial goals from like a minimum. So like, what do I want to be making at a minimum in order to be happy with this business? And I don't like the word happy really. It's kind of like, what do you see like as a minimum being like okay for you to be making on a weekly basis from this business? And I challenge you to, the tricky part in this business is we get paid weekly, but in the beginning too, as a coach, and especially if you feel like this is a very minimal like start for you, like you're brand new or you're not even close to where you want to be, make sure you're thinking about your income from a monthly standpoint. Don't think about it from a weekly standpoint, because with anything in sales like this business, like you fluctuate so much sometimes in your range in the beginning of what you're making weekly that it can be very disheartening and discouraging if you focus from a weekly standpoint. And I'm sure Jenny can probably speak to that as well, because I know we've talked about it a bunch. So when you're thinking of budgeting or thinking about what your goals are, look at the weekly income, but then think about it from a monthly standpoint. So, I have my minimum target and what that looks like. And I actually even break it down, and I can help you guys all to do this. and excuse me if there's a few new coaches on here, but I think everyone's kind of familiar with how cycling works and how you build income from a cycling standpoint. But then it breaks it down, and I'll share this with you on like how much volume do I need to have on my left leg versus my right leg in order to make that income. So this really, like, it sounds complicated, but it actually will really make things easy for you to visualize. I don't know if for you guys, but I'm a super visualized person. Like, I need to be able to actually really like put two and two together and make it easy. Like, no complication. Like, okay, if I have this much volume on this leg and this much volume on that leg on a weekly basis, this is how much money I should make. And then I break it down to how much, and this is kind of like more when it comes into like dreaming and helping my team, because I'm really focused on helping you guys succeed at this point. How many, like, what do I want my coach's income to be? And I've never done this before, I'll be honest with you. So like I put like, I want 2 personally sponsored coaches to be making at least $500 a week. And I want 2 more personally sponsored coaches to be making at least $1,000 a week. And I'm not picking who those coaches are right now. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I mean, I'll determine that. But like when I talk to my coaches, like specifically about their goals, but for me, this is like me trying to visualize like how I'm going to give back to my coaches and focus on helping them reach their goals. So again, some of you may not be there yet. Maybe you're a newer coach. Maybe you're focusing more on yourself. But if you feel like you're in the opportunity that you have the bandwidth to mentor people, you have the people who have goals that you can work with, this may be something great for you to do in order to kind of help them and have it on your radar of things to do and work with them. So again, so this is a minimum. So I have 3 different columns. So I have the minimum of, you know, what I'd like to be making, what the volume needs to be for that, and what's the minimum for the coaches that I have that I'll be helping. Then I do a target. So this is more like really would I like to push myself a bit to get to, like where I'd be really happy, I guess you could say. So it's basically, you know, a lot, it's a decent amount of more income, not 100% of that, but like 1.5 basically of what I was thinking of. And then again, the volume that it would take to get there. And then I increased the amount of coaches that I would be helping based on my goal increasing from a finance standpoint. And then I go further to do a column that's outrageous. So I call it the outrageous column. So this is like my really big goal. And I call it outrageous, guys, because like I want you to set big goals, but I want you to understand they are outrageous. And like the thing that cripples people the most in this business and any network marketing business, from what I see, because I have a lot of friends that do different ones, is they set this goal, they fail, and they just quit because they're like, nope, I didn't make my goal. And some of the times it's because the goal is like super outrageous. And even if it's not outrageous, guys, like I haven't hit goals in my business in the last 2.5 years. And yeah, you can have a pity party for yourself for a day, but at the end of the day, what you should do when that happens is reflect back on yourself and think, what did I do? Did I give it everything I got? Is there like, you know, like fail harder, like fail to succeed. What could I have done differently in order to reach that goal? And, you know, come to the realization why you didn't reach that goal. And that is like the best learning experience you can absolutely do for yourself. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't fail as hard as I have. So, and honestly, that's why I'm so excited about this year, guys, because I failed so freaking much this last year that I can only go up. That's how I feel. Like it was such a learning experience that is like, oh my God, like I'm just so much more wiser now in this business. And I understand so much how I want to run it, that I feel like nothing could get in my way. And it's like any type of little failure will just keep pushing me forward, not backwards at this point. But you have to learn from failure, guys, and you have to learn to set big goals for yourself and allow them to push you, allow them to inspire you and to work hard. But if you don't hit that specific goal, it's okay. Because you know what? At the end of the day, if you didn't set that big goal, you probably wouldn't even have gotten as far as you did. And that's the mindset I want you guys to have this year, you know, when you're setting goals and fighting for them. The next part that I break down in my goals is my why. So what am I fighting for? What am I trying to work towards? I'm still trying to pay off my debt. Like I said, I've been living with debt since I was 15 years old, so half of my life. I don't even know what it feels like to not be in debt. I'm being completely honest with you guys. It's a really depressing thing, but at the end of the day, you know what it is, guys? It's like it's definitely a pain point for me, but it also is something that drives me so much in my business and in my life. So, think about those things that like want to make you cry, but actually want to make you succeed when you're thinking about your why. Another thing is I want to host another leadership retreat for my team this summer. I want to give back to charities, like I said, and like do more for my friends and family. I want to buy my first property, probably not this year, but in the next year or so. Those are huge goals for me, things that it's only that many, but honestly, like those are big goals. Like it will take me time and effort and money in order to really achieve those goals. So those are my strong whys right now. And I also want to, and I know I've said this before to some of you on calls, but I want you guys to always remember that your why is constantly changing. My why has changed so much over the last 2.5 years, that it's really like crazy to me. And it's sometimes hard. And I want you guys, like, if you right now feel inspired and you're kind of like, I don't know what I'm working towards anymore because I had set this why for me and I've achieved that, just take a step back and like take time to reflect on that why and how did you get there, and like just think about new things. Sometimes when people are thinking about their why, and especially when it's associated with finance, they have a really hard time connecting with it and being okay with it and not feeling like bad about it. But I want you guys to really understand, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting more. Like, that doesn't make you a bad person. Like, everyone deserves like to have the life that they envision and that they dream. And you just have to work your ass off it. Like, it shouldn't feel icky for wanting more money or wanting a bigger house or wanting nicer things. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's not going to come easy. You'll have to work for it. But if that's what you want, don't let anyone tell you that that shouldn't be what you want. And that's what I want to talk about when we're talking about like creating your destiny and creating your life. What do you want? Don't listen to my goals and think, well, those sound like great goals. If those aren't the things that aren't going to make you happy, then it doesn't matter. And it's not going to push you to succeed every day because it's not close to you and it doesn't have meaning to you and it's not something that you really care about. So really think about that when you're thinking about your goals and your why, and try to really like hone in on your feelings and the things that are personal to you and meaningful to you. It could be something that you think is maybe, I don't know, like maybe it's minimal. Maybe it's not even this big thing like buying a house, but for you it matters and it's something that's going to continue to drive you every day to succeed. And by the way, I sometimes think it goes without saying, but my why is always helping people and giving back to people. And I know I didn't mention that, but I do want to clarify that because the reason I got into this business is to give back to people and to help people overcome all of the challenges that I overcome in my life, the challenges that I continue to try to overcome. So just want to put out there too, because I want you guys to understand that I am in this for the right reasons and I still care about helping others. For me, that's just something that will exist throughout my entire life as a coach and my why. So the next step after the why was I put down how am I going to achieve my goals? So I put like creating a budget planner for like saving, investing, spending, giving. So like, what does that look like for me? How, when that money starts coming in, like from now, like what does that look like for me? And then what does it look like for me when I start to grow my income? Right now, that would be amazing. I'm not really great at it. And Dave Ramsey is an amazing resource as well. Yeah, he's definitely really great. Leadership too, like he's really great. So envisioning like how you're going to get there is a really important part of reaching your goals. So tracking weekly volume, like I said, like when I share my document with you, like that's something you're going to want to get good at. You can do it in Excel. There's other formats you can do it in as well. I think that will really speak volumes for people if they can actually visualize what it it's going to take in order to, you know, get the weekly income that you desired. And teaching your coaches to be the same. Like I said, when you're setting goals in order to help your coaches, make sure they understand what you're doing to get there too. Lead by example. Don't just, you know, like, and I've done this too as a coach, and it's something that I'm really going to work on this year, is like, don't hold stuff close to your heart. Like these little nuggets, these little special things you're learning, like give them to people, give them to anyone you can. Use the team page to share information with people. You know, like make sure that you're bringing your knowledge to people and helping them as well. And it doesn't even have to be just your personal coach. Like I want to see more action in the team page and everyone really helping each other out. And I know that stems with me by leading by example, but it's something that I plan to be better at as well. Help coaches and customers get results, and that aligns with that. So feeling like you're really helping people, you know, stay connected with the joy of coaching and why I love this business. And that's something that like I really want to focus on. And it may seem simple, but it is really easy when something happens or you don't feel like you're on track to hit your goals. You don't hit Success Club for the month. And you get down and you question yourself. I don't ever really question this business, but I question myself. But at the end of the day, I love this business. I love the products. I love helping others. And I have to continue to always be connecting with that. So that's on my how. And it's important for me to envision that and stay focused on that. And I don't know how many people have heard of this, but TeamZ is basically a lead tracking system and CRM system that you can use. It's amazing. It's an investment. There are other tracking systems that you can use. It's a website. It's called TeamZ. You can look into it. So that's something I started using. So my goal is to use it more consistently in order to send emails to people, in order to keep connecting with people, track my business. So basically they found this business, TeamZ, like saw a niche for Beachbody and a few other networking companies. So they literally customize TeamZ to work for our businesses and pull information in, pull up our customers' data in. It's pretty incredible. So, and if anyone wants, I'm not going to focus on that now because it will take too much time, but if anyone wants to know any more about that, please send me a message and I'm happy to provide you info. If you also Google TeamZ on YouTube, there's amazing videos that tell you how it works and even one specifically for our business. So that's kind of the how, you know, and obviously setting weekly goals as well, which I just like specific goals of how many people I'm going to talk to a week. And this is more in the nitty gritty of like just Beachbody and the daily disciplines, but how many people I'm going to connect with, how many people I plan on helping that week. And that kind of now breaks this down. So I get into like activity goals. So when I'm thinking, I put minimum, I have a column for minimum, target, and outrageous, and it breaks it down. So like from a minimum standpoint, how many Success Club points do I want to achieve in order to reach my goals? And then I say new connections. How many new people do I want to connect with? How many invites do I want to make? And then from a network standpoint, how many new network contacts do I need? And then I have rank goals as well. So, you know, where am I trying to be from a rank standpoint? And so this is now getting more into Beachbody and aligning with their business and what I think my business goal should be for Beachbody. So, you know, 10-star has been a goal of mine for a while now. I'm a 7-star for people that don't know that. So, you know, 15-star by end of year. So big goals, but these are my rank goals for the year. So that is attached with helping more people. So like, what does that look like? How many more new people do I need to train, or how many more coaches that I currently have do I need to help in order to get where I want to be, from a helping coaches standpoint? And then what don't I want? And this is something that's the first time I'm doing this as well. And it sounds negative, but again, it's just visualization, guys, and like getting in the right mindset and being honest with myself and thinking about where did I fail as a coach? What are the things that derail me that are negative in my business that I don't want to be doing again, that I don't want to happen? And of course, that's easier said than done, but at least have them on my radar in order to try to focus on not doing them. So like feeling distracted while I'm, you know, spending time with my boyfriend or spending times with friends and family, and having more focus time, because I feel like for so long, I'd be like, and a lot of this is like why I've been so MIA this past month too in the page is because I've been trying to figure that out and like just finding peace with myself and figuring out how can I better manage my business hours and like not be on my phone when I'm like hanging out with like my family and like being rude or out to dinner and I feel like I need to message someone back immediately. So like how do I manage that better and have less distraction and more focused time? Feeling unorganized. I always feel unorganized. I've like always had these huge goals of organization. Again, I'm hoping that this changes this year since now I have an office, but I understand an office doesn't make you organized. It's your behaviors and action that makes you organized. So like in systems, so creating systems like Teamsy is helping me like to be organized and have one place to go to in order to like stay focused and to have everything that I can move out of there. And even with trainings and other things that I'm doing, like keeping it organized, my laptop, literally guys, you would be like, how the hell do you get anything done? It's like someone threw up on it from like a folder and like picture standpoint. Like there's just so much stuff on there. And it's like, I just need to spend time and clean it out. Like I just need to like get rid of all the assets, like and stuff I don't need and simplify my life, which will simplify my business. So that's one of the things that I'm really focusing on. Not losing track of customers and coaches. Like I'm so guilty of this. Because when I first started, and to be honest, if you're a new coach too, it is very overwhelming in the beginning when it comes to thinking about having to do customer relationship management and how am I going to keep in contact with people? You don't usually have that in plan or plan to have that in plan like early on because you're just so focused on, I just want to help people. You're not thinking about it from the business side of it. So now I'm trying to implement these best business practices and how do you really run an online business and what does that look like for me? So I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed by that if you're not there. I will say the earlier you can start doing it, the better. But yeah, it is simple, but it seems complicated because at this point I'm now 3 years in and I have a lot of customers and coaches that more customers that I haven't been and free leads that I haven't been staying in contact with. So I'm trying to get better grips of that. For my coaches to feel like I have their back and that they can reach out to me and I can be there for them, even though we all have busy schedules, including myself. It's really important to me for people to know that they can reach out to me anytime. And I'm saying that to anyone on this call right now. I don't care if you're not your personally sponsored coach. I'm your upline coach, and I love every one of you, regardless if I really know you or have met you in person or not. I love this business. I love the relationships it brings, and I want to help you guys succeed. So, like, please know that I'm inviting, and I'm happy to help you. If I don't message you back right away, I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I really want you guys to feel that and understand that, that I am here for you. To not lose my energy and, like, joy of coaching again. So, like, you know, continuing to do the things and the parts of this business that makes me happy. One of the things that does derail me and makes me very anxious right now is the whole organized piece. So that's something that's why I'm really focusing on that, because Sarah's shaking her head. Like, it can be like, it's really hard at times. That part of this business really can kill you. Like, not kill you, but you know what I mean? Like, it can break you down to the point, like, you're like, can I actually manage this? Can I do this business? How am I going to make it work? So I'm really trying to simplify that in my mind and trying to focus on the parts of this business that really make me happy. Like, Instagram right now I love. Like, I'm trying to build my Instagram more because, like, not that I don't like Facebook anymore, because I do like Facebook. That's where I've grown my entire business up until this point. But I'm not getting, like, the thrill of it like I get from Instagram. I also would like to actually really learn Snapchat. It's a slow burning thing right now, but I'm starting the Ultimate Reset on Monday, which is a huge challenge for me. I'm super excited. I've never done it. So please follow my journey, and I'm going to start snapping. And if I don't, please message me and keep me accountable, because I'm committing to this. Because I'm really excited, and I feel like this is an opportunity for me to really start forcing myself to do it. I think it will be a cool way for me to share my Ultimate Reset journey. So I'll be doing it on Facebook as well, but, like, kind of trying to tie the two together as well. What else do I have on there? Yeah, I mean, to stay inspired. So to make sure, like, one of the big things people do is they compare themselves too much to other coaches. Or they just, they may not read like the right personal development for themselves and what they need at that time. A lot of it's comparing though, honestly. Like, I've played the comparing game for so long and like have tried to preach don't compare, and then I find myself still doing it. So I'm really focusing this year on like being unique to me and being happy with who I am and the way I want to grow this business, and not letting other people's success derail from me from how I want to grow my business. And, just because they're already a 10-star diamond and I'm not yet, doesn't make me feel less about myself. And, doing it on my own timeline and my own path in the way that makes me feel good. And that has a lot to do with like the learning experience of what came out of my like setbacks last year and my struggles, is me realizing like I need to do this for me, what works for me, because that's what's gonna make me feel really positive about who I am as a coach, the direction I'm bringing this team, with integrity and passion, and to inspire all of you guys to like go after your dreams too, and to do it in a way that makes sense for you and makes you happy. And lastly, to not lose track of my own health goals, because I'm so guilty of this. Like, I can't tell you how many programs I've started this past year and I just didn't complete for one reason or another. And I always stay like on par. I'm very good with working out. It's the nutrition piece that I fall at. And that's why I'm doing the Ultimate Reset. I said, what better way to start the year than to do the most challenging program for me from a nutrition standpoint? And that's why I'm doing it. I'm lighting a fire under my ass and I'm so freaking excited about it. So again, I support you guys to keep me accountable, stay on me. I would love to do the same for you guys as well. So those are my goals and how I'm breaking it down and how I'm working through it, and how I'm aligning it with really what I want this year from my business and what I want to achieve in my life that's going to make me truly happy. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Don't feel pressured to talk, but I'd love to open it up if anyone has any questions based on what I just said. If you guys have been thinking about your goals, how do you feel about your goals? Do they scare you? Do you feel like you don't even know where to begin or like what to focus on? I'd love to hear from you guys.
I can add anyone to the group I'm doing if they want. I'm doing a group right now for like goal setting. So like I have like 2 lists of goals, like personal goals and business goals, but they're like the awful goals. So I'm redoing it with the desire map goals. Basically like not like, I mean, I love goal setting. I even tell this to my group too. I'm like, I love goals that are like, do this by this date and this is what you're going to get as a reward, just because it's so type A, perfect and organized. But so I'm redoing the desire map and I'm like giving little nuggets of it to my group, and then we're gonna do the workbook part on Thursday and Friday. So I'm personally in the workbook part right now, so I have my ideas of goals, but I haven't gotten into them like specifically and all of that, because I really want to see like, I mean, these goals are awesome and I do want to reach them, but are they actually going to give me what I want to feel? Which I know is when I first did this, it was when I actually started to be like, oh, I could do this as a real business. So I'm excited to see what happens at the end of it. So I can always add you to that. But I like how you said that you're always, like you're thinking about your why, which I think is like very close to like, how do you want to feel? I think for me, it's going to help personally to think about how I want to feel, in the sense that like I'm such an organized person. It's easy for me to set those big, perfect little goal thingies and then feel devastated when I don't hit them. I wanted to be diamond in my business by August of last year. I'm still emerald. So like the shit doesn't always work out that way. But, I've had a much different attitude now, and I really want to just focus on those feelings instead of some of those other goals, even though I know they're super important for Beachbody and stuff, because, I know that when I'm feeling happy, that'll be portrayed to people, and then, business will probably flow more because I'll be attracting more people as well. So I personally might be getting away from the strict goal setting, which is hard for me.
No, I think that's really positive. And I think, and again, like this comes back to like creating your own destiny and figuring out how this works for you. And it doesn't happen overnight. Like I'll be completely upfront about that. The best part is talking through it. That makes it easier. But a lot of it is realizing your personality. And like to your point, Brenna, like I'm a feeler too. Like I need to feel like I'm doing something good. And when I was too focused on, you could call it the Beachbody goals and like the rank setting and like, I'm not even going to bring Success Club into this because I think Success Club is important regardless of where your goals are. But like rank setting and too much on the income at times and like too much like, where do I place who to do this? Like when you take it and you make it not personal at all to like what you want, your why, or like what makes you feel good, you really like lose track. Like it loses that feeling piece. I don't know any other way to describe it, because when you hit that goal, it doesn't give you the same satisfaction than when, you help someone lose 50 pounds, because it's so emotional and you really felt like you made a difference. So if you're not making a difference in someone else's life from a transformation standpoint, from a weight loss, more business related, you personally, I think you need to feel like you made a transformation in your own life. And 5-star diamond doesn't feel like a transformation in your own life. It's what 5-star diamond means. Did it pay off that credit card? Did it like help you to move into your dream home? Did it allow you to go on the vacation that you wanted to? Like those feeler things that like make you feel good about yourself and make you feel like you accomplished something. So it can be aligning them, but again, figuring out, like you said, Brenna, how it works for you. Mom, have you done any goal setting?
Mm-hmm.
Put you on the spot.
No, that's one of the reasons I wanted to be on this call. I mean, like I had said before, I had a lot going on, and my goal was to get myself in a new home, which I have. So now I have a computer, so I'm on track life goal-wise for where I want to be. So now I got to focus more on Beachbody and really give it 110%. So I'm going to do my best and definitely put my best foot forward. I got to get back on track with workouts too. I'm a perfect example that I had such great momentum and I was doing really, really well. And with everything going on, I kind of let it slide, and I can see it and feel it. And it's not a good feeling. So I need a push to get back on track.
You can do it.
But I will put some goals together and share them with you next time.
Yeah, feel free, guys. Like I said, I'm going to share mine with the team and the team page. And then, again, I want you guys to feel like you guys can use a page. Like, post stuff in there, ask questions, like, and to your comfort level. But honestly, it's a private page. I know there's a decent amount of people in there, but it's still private. And the only way to, like, really feel like you have the support and accountability from all of us is to share and to put yourself out there. So please do it. I really welcome you guys too. I welcome you to share things like your goals. I welcome you to ask questions and talk to other coaches. Don't feel like it just needs to be with your personally sponsored coach, because the reason we have these groups is to feel a part of something bigger, and you know that there's this tribe that supports you and loves you and is here for you. So that's really important to me, that we have that team culture and dynamic. So thank you, Mom, for sharing, and I look forward to seeing you more active as a coach.
Thank you. Me too.
Anyone else? I know Meg's with her dad, so. And if you have nothing to say, that's fine. But like I said, if you guys are working on your goals and you have questions, either post them in the page or you can send me a private message. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And Brenna, I would love to be added to the group just so I can see what you're doing. When did it start? Did it start this week or?
It started Monday. So yesterday, today, and tomorrow are like the theory behind it. I don't know if you've ever read the Desire Map, but it kind of just gives like a brief little bit of the theory and why goal setting kind of sucks. And then Thursday and Friday, we're going to get into like the meat of it all.
I'll be honest, I bought it because Lindsay Benson was like, you need to read this. And I have so many personal development books, and that's one I haven't started yet, but I've heard amazing things. So I get the concept of it. So I'm interested. Maybe your group will inspire me to pick it up.
It's really good. You really need to have the time to dedicate to it. So I'm doing like at least 30 minutes every single day, which I mean, I feel like is probably what we should be doing anyways. But I needed to get back on track with mindset. So this was a big help for me. The first time I did it when I was on vacation, and it was like so blissful to like think about what I want when I was like completely relaxed and stress-free. But I'll add you.
Awesome. And Sarah, if you have anything specific, like, you know, I know you said Dave Ramsey is a great resource for finances. I agree, but if there's anything specific you feel like I should look at, I'd love if you can send it to me. That'd be fantastic. Awesome. Well, it's so good to see you guys. I will post the recording in the team page, and I'll also post the document that I kind of went through with you guys. So you can kind of use the format if you want to. And again, reach out anytime. I hope everyone has a good night.
Thanks. Bye, ladies.
Bye.